There's definitely a difference between someone who is deaf and someone who is hard of hearing. Functional hearing loss ranges from mild to profound. So, someone who has very little or no functional hearing refers to themselves as being deaf.
Those with milder hearing loss and impairments label themselves as hard of hearing. When these two groups are combined, they often refer to themselves as individuals with hearing impairments or with hearing loss, or those who are hearing impaired. When referring to the deaf community and deaf culture as a whole, deaf is capitalized.
So as an example of the difference between complete hearing loss and just partial hearing loss, I have an aunt and uncle who are both legally deaf, but my aunt is 100% deaf. She has no hearing and also a speech impairment, so that you can't really understand what she's saying. But my uncle is, even though he's legally deaf, had a surgical hearing aid implanted, so he can actually understand what you're saying when you're speaking to him in a clear, loud enough voice. And he can also speak, so he can carry on a conversation with you even though he's legally deaf. And it's, I know where I'm going.
So it would be easier for his uncle to communicate with EMS versus if his auntie was by herself. That would be a lot difficult. But your aunt can read lips very well.
Right, yeah. So,
but then no one's there to interpret.
Mhm.
So EMS might not understand her completely.
Right. So since she's been deaf for so long, she's been deaf since she was a baby. She's lived with it her whole life, and she's learned how to read lips extremely well. So even though she can't hear a word you're saying, if you are, squared off on the person, you're making eye contact with them, and you're really enunciating with your mouth the words that you're saying, she can understand pretty much everything that I say.
Have you ever seen her communicate by writing her response? Is she able to do
Yeah.
that?
So
Okay.
she'll do that a lot. So she can carry on conversations with people that don't know sign language by listening to what they say or reading their lips or what they're saying, and then she'll write down her reply and show it to them, and people can actually carry on a conversation that way.